Hello everybody, good morning and welcome to episode number 2 of the Road to Olympia mini-series that I'm doing here on my YouTube channel. So yeah, good morning everyone. It's very early right now. It's about 3 a.m. and I actually already had my first meal. Well, half of it anyway, and then I remembered, oh wait a minute, I want to film this for the YouTube channel. But yeah, I wake up very early, but I also go to bed early too. But usually when I wake up, that is when I am the hungriest. So I eat basically right away. I rarely ever do anything fasted. Yeah, let me go over what I had already and what I'm about to eat as well as part of my first meal. So firstly, I'm gonna start off with a coffee. I already drank it, honestly, but I use this in my coffee right now, and then I also use stevia, and I use some sugar-free marshmallow syrup. Good stuff, good stuff. I like it really sweet. I already had a bowl of oatmeal. Look, I got that on sale too, 99 cents. You gotta love the deals. So I already had that, but what I didn't eat yet is my MuscleEgg, and this is just 1 cup of cooked MuscleEgg in here. I cook them ahead of time for the week. I top it with sugar-free syrup. But yeah, this flavor is pumpkin pie spice from MuscleEgg. So if you guys don't know what MuscleEgg is, it's flavored liquid egg whites. So I'm a really picky eater, okay? I don't like egg whites if they're savory, if they're plain. They have to be like sweet, like this. So currently at the time of filming here, I'm 5 weeks out. I'll eventually cut that out the last few weeks of my prep, but for now I'm keeping it in. But yeah, that was my breakfast, and I have one more thing I gotta show you guys because it's so good. All right, so I also had a cup of one of these this morning too, and basically I found like my new favorite tea. So let me show you these. They're really good. So one of them is lemon cake, one of them is blueberry muffin, one of them is sugar cookie, and my favorite, and the one I had already this morning, is bananas Foster. Now these are herbal teas. They don't have caffeine, but the reason why I've been drinking tea lately is because, well, the thing about me is I like iced coffee so much better than hot coffee. So what happens is, since I'm drinking the cold coffee here in the morning, it's actually kind of cold in Vegas, if you can't already tell by my hoodie. It's cold here kind of in the morning anyway. So I like counteract the coldness of the coffee by having a hot tea. I put my stevia and stuff with it. So yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend those teas. So tasty. And as it gets colder out here, I'm going to be drinking more tea to counteract my cold coffee. But I will see you guys during the next meal. All right, guys. So I'm here at the Contest Prep Center, but I wanted to show you my little snack that I usually have on the way here to the gym. I didn't eat it yet this time because I wanted to show you guys. And also I didn't want to hold the camera and also eat at the same time and drive. That's not safe. But anyway, I have one of these, and I will interchange these with like Quest bars or something similar with macros. But you know what? I've been on a 2 Fit Brands vegan keto protein bar kick lately. It is so good. It's vegan, which I'm not vegan, obviously, but it is so tasty. I love the texture of this. This one's vanilla crunch, and I keep these in my car because you know what? They don't melt, which is nice, but it has a nice thick texture. So you'll find that the first few meals of the day are like really sweet meals rather than savory. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely prefer sweeter items in the morning time and even midday. And heck, you know what? Even whenever I eat things like chicken and vegetables, honestly, I put stevia in it too. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. But yeah, I'm about to meet up with Coach Adam and then of course work out here in a bit. So I'll catch you guys inside. Okay, so I'm sitting down here with Coach Adam, and we're gonna talk a little bit about my diet, why it is the way it is right now, and what we're gonna do moving forward. So right now, currently, we are about 4.5 weeks out. By the time this video comes out, it'll be more like 4 or 3.5. But yeah, I kind of wanted to dive into the topic of nutrition with you a little bit.
So as you can see here behind us, we have pictures of Ashley.
That's me, just so you know.
This is her check-in today. She still checks in online. You know, she checks in online still. I like it that way so we can collect data this way. And you know, the key thing is when we're looking at Ashley, some of the key areas that we're looking for is how far is that tie-in looking in? You know, the area around the glutes. This is where every girl will kind of show body fat. Is the area around the glutes, like kind of around the suit, kind of seeing that body fat kind of peek over the suit itself. It looks really good right now. Her tie-ins are not fully where they need to be yet, but they're very, very close. Her waistline is exactly where it needs to be right now. I don't think it's going to get much tighter than that. The leg detail, if you look at this leg detail, it's all the way in. So we're looking for all the signs at being 4.5 weeks out. Is she where she needs to be? Is she ahead? Is she behind? Right now, she's ahead. It's one of those things where it's comfortable to be ahead, but then it's not comfortable because you want to be dieting harder. Like I'm like, okay, we're in the Olympia prep. We need to be dieting like hard, you know? And you're kind of the same. You're like, I don't want to get behind. So it's weird because her calories right now, we have her calories pulled up. They are 1,775 calories, 209 protein, which is a little high in protein, but it's a different type of prep. 140 carbs and 42 fat. So pretty high calories for someone who's 4.5 weeks out from a show.
So just so you guys know, I am not much of a foodie. Like even this amount is pretty high for me. I'm a weird scenario. I don't get hungry that often. In the morning time, I'm usually my hungriest, but I'm not like starving or anything like this. So for me, that's actually quite a bit of food, which makes me a little uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah, and looking at where you're at and looking at like, you know, closer, us being 4.5 weeks out, I'm definitely not worried about how you're looking. And you feel lean too right now.
Yeah, I feel pretty lean.
Yeah, you feel lean too. So you're in a good mental place for this prep too. And that's the thing too. Sometimes, not Ashley, but everyone in particular, and like everyone will do this, and Ashley as well, will kind of feel behind and they'll feel too soft, and it's a good place when the athlete is saying, okay, I feel pretty lean. And you as a coach, you kind of need to listen to that too because they know their bodies very well. Most
days I'm pretty energetic and I'm not really feeling like I need more calories or anything like that. So
I'm pretty high. You probably have one of the highest calories going into the Olympia bikini right now.
It's high calorie for me, that's for sure. I'm definitely not one of those girls that can eat like 3,000 calories, but I'm kind of average in the calorie zone. So yeah, this is a lot for me.
So this is a different type of diet. You know, when the Olympia comes around, we're going to go all out for the Olympia, and we're just going to do whatever the best thing is for the end result. So this calorie range, this close to a show, is really high. Like Ashley dieting into a show, the last few weeks might be as low as like 1,250, calories. The weeks before that are usually going to be like 1,400-ish. But 1,800-ish, we're getting close to off-season calories here, and we're 4.5 weeks out from the Olympia. So that's a scary thing, to be eating that many calories for her, but for me too, because I'm like, I don't want to misjudge the timing of this and then be a week away when we're on stage, being like, damn, we should have taken an extra week in dieting. So that's where the strategic part becomes kind of a scarier thing. But what I can say is she's leaner than she needs to be at this stage. Her calories are, higher than they usually are. So how I'm going to approach that is instead of throwing a bunch of, carbohydrates and fats at it, fat's going to be the most easily thing stored as fat. So at any macronutrient, fat's the easiest one to store as fat. Protein is the hardest to store as fat. So in this scenario where I'm trying to get the calories up higher, but have the least impact on stored body fat in case that happens, I'm going to raise it through protein because the odds of you storing any of that as fat is very, very low. Also, you're working out, you're motivated, you're working out harder than at any other time of the year because the Olympia is just a few weeks away and you're like, I'm going for it. Maybe here in like the Arnold, you're just like super in the zone. I want to make sure you have ample protein, even though we're overshooting protein by a significant margin, to recover from those workouts too. Mm-hmm. Because you never know. Maybe you need an extra 10 grams of protein one day to get that extra recovery in. Well, we have an ample supply of that. You know? So there's the reasons behind it is the likelihood of storing it as fat, the extra recovery ability, and then the satiation. I think people are more satiated when they have more proteins too. So
Yeah,
there's that
that's
too.
true. It's harder to digest. So yeah, you guys know, it's not usually that high. I don't like go into preps all the time with that high of it, but in like I've mentioned before, every prep is different. So every scenario is going to be different. So every diet's going to be different, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to more dieting coming up in this next few weeks, which
Yeah.
I can handle it. Like I said, I don't get hungry too easy. I'm very happy with my diet. I don't feel like I'm missing out. So I think we can do this. Heck yeah.
I think next Monday we pull the trigger a little bit and start actually, I'd rather you get too lean and then load you into the show and get a little softer that week if we need to, than play with perfect timing of it right now. And I think right now the way you look like you're 10 days, 2 weeks out, and I think that's being 4.5 weeks out. We can't diet too hard and then start losing muscle and get too stringy into the show too. So I think we need one more week here, which is a little scary. And then we start dieting Monday. And then but the good thing is when her calories are this high, when she starts dieting, it's going to be like rapid fast. The body fat's just going to fall off of you. Yeah, I mean, you're at 1,800 calories. The cardio isn't crazy intense. It's not crazy high. So we just ramp those things up, turn up the calorie up, turn down the calories, and then boom, yeah.
Ooh, fun. Yay. Well, I'm looking forward to see what I look like next Monday. But yeah, it's time for me to hit this workout. I've got my high-tech pharma jacked up pre-workout, and it's go time. Let's do it. So my post-workout meal is cream of rice with strawberries, and then I add a scoop of high-tech pharma precision protein in the mix and mix it all together. It tastes so good. But the key is, with this meal, you gotta make sure you cook the cream of rice completely and let it cool before adding in the protein. But it does taste like a good dessert. So highly recommend. And then of course, I'm gonna treat myself to a diet root beer, and makes me happy. So see you at the next meal.
What's going on, Ashley?
Just having a little snack. So one of my favorite prep snacks is I slice up cucumber and I sprinkle stevia on top, sometimes a little salt too, but it is perfect in between meal snack for me. And then of course, I got my sugar-free Jell-O cup as well. Makes me satisfied and, keeps me from craving. Not that I crave a whole lot, to be honest. I'm very happy with my diet, but every once in a while I'll get a little sweet tooth. So this really does the trick for me. So while you're here, I kind of want to show you my favorite seasonings and condiments that I use to make my prep food taste yummy without adding all the extra calories. So Sweet Baby Ray's makes this sugar-free version, and it tastes so much like the real thing, just like regular barbecue sauce. And I got it on sale at Big Lots for $2.99. Gotta love a good deal. But make sure you get the sugar-free variety here. But it's really good. It's probably, I want to say, out of all the sugar-free barbecue sauces that I've had, the best. It's really thick, very similar to the real barbecue sauce. And then my favorite hot sauce at the moment is this black truffle hot sauce by Melinda's. And I got this at, Albertsons. So it's really good. It was like $4, but it tastes so good. It's a pretty hot, but not too hot to where it's miserable. Has a nice creamy, buttery flavor to it. And it's 0 calories, so you can't go wrong with that. And then G. Hughes makes this awesome sugar-free sweet chili dipping sauce. So good, only 5 calories per serving. Delicious. And then my favorite seasonings right now are from Trader Joe's, the Umami Mushroom and Company seasoning. Put this on all my chicken and veggies. And then also have been loving like this popcorn seasoning. And I put it on my food as well, and it has like a little cheesy taste to it. So it's really, really good. And this one's truffle, so I've been loving truffle flavors lately, but just want to show you what I use on top of my food because I do not eat anything plain. Everything has so much flavor. And not to mention as well, I also put like stevia on a lot of stuff, even my chicken and veggies, which you'll see later, but yeah, I love it. Okay guys, so I am back home from the contest prep center and I'm about to have another meal. And this is one of the pre-made meals from Trifecta. This one is chicken, sweet potato, cauliflower, and broccoli. So it's nice to have these in my fridge ready to go for me so I don't have to worry about cooking so much when I get home. I just pop it in the microwave and I'm good to go. But they do make a la carte options too, which I'll show you later. That's actually gonna be my last meal, is one of the meals with their a la carte. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't think I'm fancy enough to say it, a la carte options. But anyway, chicken, sweet potato, cauliflower, broccoli, about to eat that. And also water, I should mention, I get in about 2 gallons of water a day. So I always flavor my water, probably up until like the last week into prep, and then I'll switch to like the bubbly carbonated flavor waters. But yeah, I drink a lot of water. I use those Starburst pink packets, big ones, and I just flavor my gallons. So much easier for me to drink my water this way. So a little tip for you. Good evening, everyone. I will be heading to bed here in an hour or so, but time for the last meal of the day. Honestly, by this time, I'm not even like hungry that much, but I know like if I don't eat, I'm probably gonna wake up in the middle of the night wanting some food. Actually, I'm much hungrier like upon waking and in the afternoon than I am by evening. By this time, I'm usually like, you know, I could eat, but yeah, regardless, like I've mentioned, I'm pretty satisfied with like my diet. I am not really a super hungry person to begin with. I'll get cravings every once in a while, but for me, like this diet is totally doable, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why I'm able to compete as much and stay close to stage lean pretty well, because I enjoy my diet. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I look forward to all my meals, and although they might be repetitive, I definitely, adjust them to make them taste differently if I'm getting bored with it. Like, I use different seasonings, different condiments. I'll cook the chicken in a different way, different vegetables. So, although I don't eat seafood, I don't really eat turkey, steak every once in a while, yes. It's always exciting for me. So, I'm very lucky that I'm able to diet and love it, So anyway, next meal is from Trifecta a la carte. I already prepared this like a few days ago, put it in the fridge, some of them in the freezer, and just pull them out when I need. Nothing too exciting here. It's probably the most boring meal I have to eat today, but we have chicken, we have green beans, asparagus, a little bit of chopped spinach in there, and something else, I'm gonna add some of this as well. I know it's controversial, a lot of people don't like it, but I like the crunch and I like the sourness taste of it. So if you're a sauerkraut lover, let me know in the comment section below. I know I'm not alone. But in this meal, I'm going to use Trader Joe's Everything But the Elote seasoning blend, another bomb seasoning from Trader Joe's. They have like really good seasonings. And then of course, I've showed you earlier, Sweet Baby Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. Tastes so much like regular barbecue sauce. It's incredible. And I mentioned to you, I love sweet things, so I have my stevia here that I'm going to sprinkle on top as well. And yeah, so for the stevia, what I do is when I run out of seasoning bottles, like this one for example, what I'll do is I'll wash it out, make sure everything's all clean, and then I will put my own stevia in there. So I buy my stevia from Amazon, and I buy it like in bulk, but it's like the pure powdered stevia. So I know you guys are probably used to like the little packets, and you'll put like 4 packets in your coffee or whatever. When it's pure stevia, you need like just like a little pinch, like seriously, because it's so potent. But yeah, I'm about to indulge in this last meal of the day, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what other part of my prep process you would like to see for the Road to Olympia series. But yeah, If you want to check out Trifecta for yourself, I'll put that in the comments, or not the comments, in the description. And also MuscleEgg, I'll put that in the description if you want to check it out. If you use my link for MuscleEgg, you actually get a discount. So check it out. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and good night.